Welcome. I'm Roger Moore, and this is Hypnosis Health Info. Had a conversation with a client this morning, and it's actually a conversation that comes up frequently with Slender for Life weight loss clients. It's about how to do healthy eating and keep it simple and easy and manageable in our busy world. Most of us are working full-time, we have families, we have other social commitments, other life commitments, and we don't have time to do a lot of food preparation. And in my book, Becoming Slender for Life, I have 10 tips for making healthy eating easy. Tip number 1 is when you have a craving for an unhealthy food, first drink a glass of water. Now, clients, and you may think as well that this is crazy. When the clients will come in talking about having a salt craving or salty crunchy craving, chips and nuts, or craving something sweet like candy or cookies, pastries, I tell them, first, drink a glass of water, wait 5 minutes, and then notice whether you still have that craving or not. And almost always, when they drink the glass of water, 8 ounces of water, wait 5 minutes, the craving's gone. It's usually that your body's dehydrated is why you're craving something sweet or craving something salty. Sounds crazy, but it works. Tip number 2, plan your meals in advance. And that doesn't mean you spend hours sitting down writing out your meals for the month and every little detail of it, but think ahead. What's going on this week? What nights is soccer practice, and what are we doing this weekend, and what family commitments do we have? Think about your week and get an idea of when you're going to be home and the types of meals you'd like to have and the season of the year it is, and go to the grocery store with some ideas on the type of meals, and also knowing what food you have in the cupboard and refrigerator at home and what foods you need to purchase. Tip number 3 is keep it simple. And what we generally tend to do is on Sunday, we'll cook our meals for the week. We'll put potatoes in the oven, we'll put sweet potatoes in the oven, we'll put squash in the oven, we'll put brown rice in the rice cooker, and get a chili or a stew or cook vegetables out on the grill. And we'll create these meals so that when we come home at night, there's food already in the refrigerator. And with all the food that we cook, I always pack some away in individual Tupperware containers to put out in the freezer so that I always have lunches frozen in the freezer, and a variety of different lunches. I think I have about 20 lunches out there right now. And like this weekend, I'm going to be going at a conference in New Orleans, and when I get home at about 1 a.m. Monday morning, I'm not going to want to be thinking about what am I going to do for lunches this next week. I already have them in the freezer. It's a done deal. It's nothing that I have to be concerned about because they're already prepared. And it's a variety of things, and they're things that I like. Tip number 4, which I've also just kind of touched on, is cook in quantities so that you have leftovers. We cook in large quantities. We enjoy leftovers. Some people don't. It makes it more complicated. But as I said, we cook in large quantities. We put some in the refrigerator, we put others in the freezer, so that we get home at night, we're not wondering what we're going to do for dinner or what we're going to do for lunch the next morning. It's all there. We have a variety of options. There's a number of combinations we can make, but we're using the same basic foods throughout the week. Tip number 5 is keep your pantry and freezer full of healthy options. As I said, I keep all these lunches in. I've also do things, and I'm not real big on packaged foods, you may know that, but here's one that I make an exception to. This actually comes from Costco. It's cooked brown rice. It's organic brown rice. There's 2 servings in here. That's stretching it. But a serving has 155 calories, 0 fat, there's no added sodium. All that's in here is brown rice and water. And it's very tasty brown rice. And the shelf life on this one happens to be until February of 2010. They don't require refrigeration. I keep them on my office cupboard, so if I get in a pinch, running late, whatever, I have something that I can put in the microwave for 90 seconds, or actually I'm taking it with me to New Orleans to have some backup foods. I could eat it on the airplane or however I want to use it. And that brown rice is actually very good cold. I've also used it that way. Tip number 6 is make it fun. Try different recipes. I always give my clients some recipe websites, And I'll list those in this video as well. And these are websites that have free recipes. And between the different websites, there's about 7,000 free recipes. And you can go there and click on risotto, and there's just all these different types of options of risotto recipes. And we like to take the recipe and look at it, and we don't like that spice, but boy, this spice would be really good in it, or we'll add in these vegetables, and we use the recipe as a guideline. We play with them. They usually turn out, once in a while not so good, but most of the time they turn out really great. So allow yourself to play, to have fun with it, make it just an enjoyable experience. Tip number 7, consider making your breakfast and or lunch menu automatic. My breakfast is automatic. It's oatmeal. And I consider oatmeal to be food of the gods. I just don't even start my day without oatmeal. And but look for something like that you enjoy, that tastes good, that's healthy, that just becomes automatic, so you're not going, oh, what am I going to do for breakfast this morning? It's there. It's a done deal. Tip number 8, keep a list of restaurants. Allow yourself to try different restaurants and figure out places where you can go and where you can order and get healthy foods, and then keep a list of them. Remember where they're at. And I keep in my BlackBerry or in Outlook in the notes section, and I have different cities like Vancouver, BC, where I have restaurants listed, have their website and email address, and it's amazing what you can do. I know in a small restaurant out in Quilcene, Washington, west of here, there's this little tiny restaurant that went in one day for lunch and wasn't too sure about it, but they had breakfast all day long. They had a vegetable hash. It came with 2 eggs and cheese. And the waitress came and I said, I want the vegetable hash, no eggs, no cheese. She said, not a problem. And I was sitting where I could look into the kitchen, and they said, well, I have another request. Would you ask the cook to just cook my vegetables and my potatoes dry on the grill? There's plenty of grease on that grill. I can see that. So no, don't cover it with oil. Don't add any butter. There's plenty of grease right there. Not a problem. I said, well, I have one other request. And of course, at that point, my wife was going like this. And I said, would you bring me a side of salsa? She brought out this huge platter for like $6-7 of vegetable hash that just looked beautiful. It was multicolored. It smelled great. Every head in the restaurant turned to look, what's he having? It tasted really good, and I got 2 full meals out of it. So even a little restaurant, you can find creative meals like that. Number 9. Don't get sabotaged at the movies and or other fun events. Go to the movie to enjoy the movie. It's not about how much popcorn you can eat or how many milk duds or all those things. Allow yourself to go to the movie theater and enjoy the movie. Eat ahead of time. Maybe bring in some healthy snacks like some carrots, or bring in some microwave popcorn or air popcorn. But stay away from the butter, stay away from the grease and the salt, stay away from the milk duds and all those things. Don't see how many Cokes or Diet Cokes you can drink. Go to the movie to enjoy the movie. And tip number 10 is connect spiritually with the food that you eat. Acknowledge the origins of your food and the people who labor to produce it. Imagine your grains growing in the field, your apples ripening in the orchard. Feel the life force still glowing in your food and visualize it spreading throughout your body as you eat. Express gratitude for the healthy meals you enjoy. Affirm that a safe source of food continues to be readily available to you. See the farmers prospering. See yourself full of vitality thanks to the wonderful food you have on your plate. So allow yourself to give thanks for the food and bless the food and all those involved in its growth and preparation. So enjoy your food. Food should be central. Food should taste good. But it really can be simple, it can be easy, and it certainly can be healthy. I'm Roger Moore, and this is Hypnosis Health Info.